Hardstock Diamond? Not anymore. After hundreds of games without progress, I climb to Master in just 13 games with only one comp, Dynamo Flex. This is game 8 of the climb, where we reflect on the key moments that shaped the game. Enjoy! The game starts out with an Anya encounter, giving us gold tier augments for this game. Then we get a Yumi, some gold and 2 Vice. We love the Vice, cause we prefer to play a Vanguard opener, but Bruiser's also fine, so we of course also pick up the Alistair. In the next shop, we get another Alistair, pumping him up to play. But then, we sell it all to make 10 and keep the Galio for a possible Cypher opener. For the Augment, we get Board of Directors, so we ignore the rest and straight up pick it, because it's literally the best one, besides Memory Bank. Getting another Kane and a Y2 is crazy in our spot. So now we're super comfortable, setting us up for all of stage 2. After scouting the other boards to check how strong they are, we go to level 4 and aim to win streak. Then we picked up Senna to make our board even stronger. One could even play her in this spot because we got 2, but we were obviously locked in on Dynamo Flex. In the next shop, we even go one more, but it doesn't matter. Just kinda sad about selling the Kane. But we wanted to make 20 gold and we're just greedy, so it was a fine play. And hindsight is always 20/20. We still win our next combat pretty handily, and are on 3 wins in a row now, hiding into Carousel. Unfortunately, there we lose to 50-50 and barely miss out on the tier. Missing out on Kane, however, didn't even matter, because we even get another one right off the bat, and so we level to 5 to put more board strength in. Now we have 4 Vanguards, and seem to be unstoppable. On the way, we pick up a Gragas and head into the first natural round undefeated, after beating our last opponent in stage 2 without any problems. Here we finally pick up some items, since until now only our unit strength carried us. And go to level 6, trying to preserve our win streak. And slum some items to make our board even stronger, although I should slum even more here, probably a Jewel Gauntlet or Morgana. We still win the next combat and prepare ourselves for the next augments, which are Little Bodies, Slamming and High Voltage. Little Bodies is bad, High Voltage is okayish, but we are most likely looking for Slamming to get to level 9 more comfortably. Although Magic Roll would definitely also be possible here. And Golemify is definitely not an option due to our board being super strong. So we lock it in and get another component, which is a tier, and slam it for blue buff on Morgana. And also remove the items from Y and slam Jewel Gauntlet on Morgana. When having the option to split or just take the 10 gold, we definitely split because we're on 100 HP and need to keep the economy a little bit lower for the others. Then we level to 7 to make our board a little bit stronger and get another bruiser in and roll a little bit, although we should probably roll to 30 here to preserve our win streak, hit an Elise or a Jhin. In the last second we rolled one more and got a Sejuani, but with that we just made our board weaker. So unfortunately we get our first loss against the second strongest guy in the lobby. With Elise or Jhin or Morgana too, we might have won. So definitely a mistake here. We get a bow and the carousel, although the chain would have also been perfectly fine to get Sunfire. Despite just losing our combat and not playing for a win streak anymore, we need to roll a little bit to stabilize, at least for an Elise, to not bleed out too much HP. On the next roll, we also get a Braum and head into our next combat, staying above 50 gold. We also lose our next combat. If we were still on a win streak, we'd probably roll a little bit deeper here. But now we just swap the items from Morgana to Elise, probably lose streak or more, and look to go 8 and stabilize after wolves. So we get more items here. Anything is fine for this comp. Whether it's AD, AP or tank items. AD go on Jhin early, then on Misfortune. AP early on Morgana, then on Elise. Tank items early on like a Vi and then on a Braum. Now we roll a little bit more to look for a comp and we get an Urgot. This spot should probably also be an Urgot pivot again, because it's one of the strongest board and we've got a Vex. But we're looking to play Dynamo Flex here, so we just sell the Vex. Hit a Misfortune, put that in. If you were playing flexible here, this would have definitely been an Urgot pivot, because we also had a Cho'Gath, we had a Vex. Actually, with all our chops, we would have hit a Vex too, and could just play the AP items on her. Especially because we didn't hit an Elise 2, or even a Braum 2, but we still win our next combat. For our last augments, the options are either prismatic or 2 gold augments. Calculated enhancement is just very good for this comp, so we'll most likely just pick this and refresh the gold ones to see if there's anything incredible. But calculated enhancement just works very well on Elise and Misfortune with a AD AP split damage, as both of your carries benefit from it. Here we roll more to stabilize, hit a Braum 2 and even get this crazy shot with 2 Misfortunes and a Jhin. So we've got Misfortune 2 and Jhin now. I definitely need to slam the items now. Especially because, as you may have realized, we got the augment slamming and I had some items sitting on my bench for the last few combats, so we didn't benefit that much from it. It's important to always remember what augments to pick. At this point, I realized, lesson hopefully learned. After upgrading our whole board, we win the next 2 combats, although the second one was way too close. In the next carousel, we'd love another damage item for Misfortune, but unfortunately we just get the vests. But hit these 2 and upgrade her as well, so we are super strong now and slam the Sunfire Cape on Braum. With how strong we are now, we win the next 2 combats and head into Raptors undefeated in all of stage 4. There we natural an Aurora and can just kick the Jhin. Our board is even getting stronger. We get 2 belts, so we slam Warmox and of course put it on Braum. In the Anvil we were hoping for Sparing Gloves to slam Last Whisper, but unfortunately we didn't get it, so we just get the tier, remove the items from Misfortune and slam the Void Stuff on the Aurora. Although we could have also rerolled the item with our 3 Reforges. Since our board is so strong now, we just win the next 3 augments while saving all our gold to go to level 9 after Carousel. There, we pick up a Last Whisper for Misfortune, although any AD item would have been fine. With our HP being so high still, we opt against going for level 9 here and try to save more gold for the win out. We still managed to win our next combat, although we were super close, just due to him not having Z2 yet. We lose our last combat, well that's totally fair. We're still on 60 HP with so much gold to roll on level 9, looking to get another win. Now we're trying to assemble our board. Went 9 and a rolling to upgrade everything. Even hitting and at least 3, and there's the first Zac. For the last item, it should definitely be 80 for Misfortune, so we get Striker's Flail. We are still greeting here, because our HP situation is just looking so good. So of course, we lose the last combat, although it was definitely closer than expected. With only 2 other players remaining, we definitely want to swap our board now and make a full transition to our Dynamo Flex comp. And roll for Zac2, for Renekton, for Nunu, and for Poppy to buff the Nunu and also give us Bastion. So we upgrade the Aurora, but still haven't hit the Zac, so we need to roll a little bit more, also for Nunu 2-star. Our board is definitely weaker than it was previously. But luckily our HP situation is still fairly good. But we even managed to win the last combat, because Elise 3-star is just that strong. Although of course it was just a ghost. Now it's just a 1v1 against the last remaining player. We need to hit Zac too and roll for more blobs. Otherwise we might not be going first. Definitely need to roll to level 0 here. And there's the Zac. Fully upgraded. Although still, we don't have that many blobs yet. The other guy is also on 6 Sejuanis, so we should pick up Ani we find on our way. Let's see how the first fight turns out. We got a good position here. Misfortune at least on the bottom right hand corner on the opposite side of Sejuani, which is always the best, so no one gets stunned. Scouting is very important here because that could make or break the combat. But since we position correctly, it's not even close. In the cursor, we're looking for a tank item for Kabuko, so we pick up the Dragon's Claw for Misfortune to potentially hit her to 3-star. Although, just speaking item-wise, it should have probably been the BT on Renekton or the Kabuko. Also notice how we are holding the Zerius here, so he can't hit that to 3-star. Although we have to be careful about Sejuani, because he just picked up the 7th. Luckily he's not really switching up his positioning, so we don't have to either. We're still on the perfect side, heading into the next combat. So we just easily win the combat again and just need to beat him one more time now. We even hit another Kabuko and upgrading him to 2-star. Potentially heading into our last combat. This time though, he positioned Sejuani correctly. Although we've got the anti-Sejuani positioning, which ult her in the middle. Although this is the reason why you can see I typically, if I don't forget about it, position Nunu on the right hand side, because Zac just bounced on her, leaving her to turn in the last moment. But still, it didn't matter, and we got the win. Back to back, with board of directors, because it's just that strong. Of course, also because this comp is just goated, so make sure to also watch the other videos. For this one, I had a little bit of a different approach and tried to make it a little bit more concise. Make sure to let me know if you like this one or the full-fledged version. And stay tuned for Game 9. See you then.